In the following scene, we see Lady Macbeth trying to convince her husband to kill Duncan. However, Macbeth is having second thoughts and wants his wife to drop the idea.
This passage concerns the themes of fear and ambition by depicting Macbeth's swinging emotional states together with the certainty and persuasiveness of Lady Macbeth's words directed towards her husband in order to stimulate his courage and pride.
If it were done, when this done, then 'twere well. If it were done quickly, if the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his Circe's success, that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here, but here, upon this bank and shoal of time, would jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which, being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poison chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I'm his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then, as his host, who should against his murder shut the door, not bear the knife myself? Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued, against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity, like a naked newborn bee, striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sights of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the others. How now? What news?
He is almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
Know you not he has?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon. Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Yet it's left since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale, at what it did so freely. From this time, such I account thy love, art thou appeared to be the same in thine own act and follow as thou in desire, which thou have that which thou esteems the ornament of life, and leave a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the attic. Prithee peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do all is none.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time, nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both.
They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given, son, and know how tender it is to love the babe but nips me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from his boneless gums, and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail, we fail, but screw our courage to the sticking place, and we will not fail.
Beginning of the scene, we see Macbeth's words foreshadowing future events around him. We can observe his fear to fulfill Lady Macbeth's desire to kill Duncan with the metaphor of trammeling up consequences, since he's afraid of what will follow afterwards. Moreover, the same fear of plaguing the inventor is illustrated through the image of blood, bloody instructions. Another thing is that Macbeth's loyalty and respect towards his future victim are tangible in his words. First, when describing his responsibilities towards Duncan, against his murder, shut the door, not bear the knife himself. And second, when appreciating what a valuable ruler Duncan is and how vulnerable he is, like a naked newborn babe, not suspecting that he is doomed. On the other hand, in the end of his monologue, he mentions his vaulting ambition, claiming that this is his only driving force in life. This reveals one of the major themes in this passage. Later on, already conversing with Lady Macbeth, he stresses the metaphorical image of golden opinions from all sorts of people, realizing that after Duncan's death, all this glory will be lost. After being openly offended by Lady Macbeth and her mockery, Macbeth's pride arises, ensuring his wife that he dares do all that may become a man. By saying that doing more than what a man would do proves that you're none, Macbeth means that being unethical, disobeying your male honors and principles is pathetic. However, we see him angered and with stimulated ambitions, which further makes him conform to his wife and her ideals.
Now, let's look at the passage. Was the hope drunk till what did it so freely? Lady Macbeth uses the metaphor of the hope being drunk, where hope is presented as both a person intoxicated with the idea of success and as a clothing in which Macbeth arrayed himself. We see that she's basically making fun of him, asking him rhetorically whether the hope of becoming a king that he wore not long ago was drunk and inadequate, hinting at him being a coward who does not keep his word. She continues with the imagery of the hope looking green and pale, with which she means that after waking up he looks scared and sick of what he did so freely, or in other words, of what he was bold enough to consider before he fell asleep. Then she states that from this day on she will consider his love towards her no stronger nor more enduring than his weak ambition for the crown. Afterwards she says a very interesting thing. She says the ornament of life. But wait a second, which exactly is the ornament of life? The crown or the golden opinions from all sorts of people? She's literally asking him whether he has the guts to fight for what he desires, or he will live as a coward, always saying I dare not after saying I would. Then she uses a very peculiar saying, very famous for Shakespeare's day. We see it in the quote, the poor cat in the adage. This is linked to this famous proverb which said, the cat would eat fish and not with her feet. Again, she's saying that he desires to be king, but won't go through what it takes to be king. From the first lines we understand that at one point Macbeth was the one who was trying to convince Lady Macbeth to kill Duncan. Now, however, he's starting to reconsider this, and Lady Macbeth is reminding him of the oath he had sworn to kill the king, stimulating him to act. She says that back then, when he was ready to kill the king, he was a real man, but unfortunately, the circumstances, the time and the place were not right. Now that they are just perfect, however, they render him incapable of action. Then, with the imagery of the baby, she says that she knows what it is to love, but she would have still taken the baby off and dashed the brains out, meaning that she would have taken her nipple and throw it to the ground, smashing its brain, if she has promised to do so, just as Macbeth has promised to kill the king. Unlike her husband, Lady Macbeth does not dwell upon the possibility of failure. She uses the metaphor, screw your courage to the sticking plate, convincing Macbeth that if he gets his courage up and holds tight to it, there is no way that they will fail with the murder of Duncan.